walkers of the weird way. I'm here to drop in with you during these small hours as we enter into October. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I really delight in this time of year. It's my favorite month, and it's also my birthday month. And happy birthday to all of my Libra sons out there. I hope you're really living it up and enjoying this new energy that's coming in for us. But this right here is going to be a pick a card reading, and it's something I was really inspired to bring in, and I hope you all dig it. What we're going to be looking at is what's crossing you. So, if you don't know what a crossed condition is, a crossed condition is when it just feels like you're down on your luck, man. Like you were born to lose, okay? Johnny Thunders style. And it's when you're going through a passage in your life where everything just seems to be going wrong, or as they say over the pond, everything's pear shaped, all right? So this is like when you feel like you got a run of bad luck, and you start wondering like, what's up? What's up? Because it's just kind of unrelenting. Then you might be dealing with a crossed condition. Now, how do crossed conditions result? Well, it can be because somebody is, got a little of that evil eye on you, a little of that malocchio, they envy, they envy where you're at, they envy something you got, or they just don't like you for whatever reason, have a problem with you, and so when they look at you, they have this anger and this intention behind it. It can kind of act like a pox, like a psychic imprint, and it can cause problems if you're not aware of doing your purification, which is so important. You should always be doing your purification, managing your energy body. Okay, we'll get into a bit of that. We'll get into a bit of that in this read as things come in and we look at that. Okay. And also, I'll be bringing a lot of this kind of stuff in on the channel, especially now that we're entering the season of the witch. I'm going to start having fun. Okay. I'm going to start playing here. I gave the Panchakarma, uh, deep dive, deep spiritual dive on that level. Now we're gonna get it a little spicy around here. Okay, this is broad, Kevin. We're gonna have some fun with this. So, we know sometimes people can put their shit on us, all right? And we take it on if we're getting sloppy with our energy body maintenance. That's what it really comes down to. If you're solid with your regular purification, you're good, And you also have to be solid within yourself and really rooted in your own energy because the reality is, I want to just make this really clear, okay? Because so many people feed off of fear and they profit off of fear too. And I want you to know that nobody can put anything on you unless you come into an agreement with that energy. Facts. In some way, you have to have an agreement with the energy. And sometimes the agreement is that you're agreeing to be in this subservient position where you're afraid. And that is the entryway. And often it is through this fear that people can kind of get their little cords into us, all right? But I'll tell you, the best banisher is laughter, all right? Laughter. If you think that somebody's got something on you, I'm telling you, go light yourself a black candle to focus your intention. And you put the energy into that flame and you think of everything that isn't going right in your life, everything that feels like it's blocking your way. Don't put a target on it. Don't put a target on it. Trust that the energy knows where to go. And when it's time for you to release that energy that you're building with your concentration on the flame, laugh. Just laugh. Laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and watch how that energy lifts off of you. It is the most effective banisher. Laughter, don't feed it. Don't feed it. Laughter banishes because that which is malicious, that which is dark and uh, sinister, hiding out in the shadows. They can't be forthright, can't just come and approach you and, tell you. how they're feeling or address the matter in a mature way. Obviously, we're looking at a situation in that case where somebody is actually feeling rather weak and insecure, and that's why they feel this need to have power over you. So get it in the proper perspective, okay? Get it in the proper perspective. You don't need to take on this energy. It's actually laughable. This person feels insecure. They feel threatened in some way by your mere presence. And so they feel like they need to project some shit onto you. Okay. Why are you going to be afraid of that? So see it for what it is. And laughter, laughter, I'm telling you, it's the best vanisher, all around best vanisher. So, I mean, this is one way that these kind of cross conditions can happen. Another way that a cross condition can happen, though, is that you do it to yourself. And actually, I would say probably 9 times out of 10, that's what I find. It's something that people do to themselves. And 10 is gobbling away. He's done this a few times. You know, the energy harvesters are out there right now, big time. And we do have a little bit more permeability right now because the veil is thinning, okay? The veil starts to thin at this time of year, and especially with all the action we've had going on. So do be aware of this, you know? Do be mindful of your purification. Do be mindful of, you know, smoke cleansing your body, your space, you know, using your Florida water, grounding your energy, you know, just sending a root down from your root into the core of the earth and getting yourself really stabilized, envisioning, you know, yourself surrounded with a light of any color you choose. And I highly suggest that you constantly change what you shield yourself with. Don't do the same thing every time. Mix it up. That's what makes it more effective. Mix it up, you know, tune in and decide what kind of shield you want to cast around yourself. You can envision it being a bunch of mirrors, you know, facing outwards surrounding you. It could be, you know, whirling wind surrounding you, blowing away the fuck shit. It can be whatever you want it to be. Drop in, trust your internal magic to set that protective energy around you at the start of the day. Ground and center. Ground and center. Put down your grounding cord. Get centered in your own energy. Put some, you know, boundaries around your energy, energetically, you know, in whatever way feels appropriate. Make sure you're cleansing your space. Make sure that you're, you know, cleansing yourself, right? Drinking your water with intention internally. These things are all important and all essential. Okay. So we're going to dive into this deeper and we're going to do something a little different here. We got 2 different piles to choose from, and we're going to look into this. And I picked 2 cards ahead of time that really came forward. And they're kind of standing as guardians over the piles. And then I have a couple objects associated with each pile and the particular deck I'll be using for each pile. So you all can choose which deck is right for you. And then we'll jump into your readings, okay? And I will be doing a little meditation from the White Light Oracle. It offers up a healing process, and determined by the card that you select, by the pile you select, will determine what your healing process is. And I'll lead you through that to help kind of root the energy that came through. And I'll also be giving some guidance on some curios, some things you can use to help uncross yourself. Okay, so this is going to be a fun read, and I'm excited. I'm excited to work with this. But, you know, we want to free up those blocks. We don't want to enter into this new cycle with blocked energy. And that's what crossing is. It's blocked energy. And it prevents you from getting that forward momentum going in your life and from being able to like level up. Okay. So whether the source is within or without, we'll find out. And from there, we'll figure out how to find our way through and do some block busting so we can open our roads. Okay. So for the first pile, we have Sovereign Queen May is serving as the guardian of this deck that we'll be working with for pile 1. Just take in that imagery. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the deck that I will be working with for pile 1. For pile 1, I'm going to be working with the AE Weight holographic tarot. Okay. Let's get a feel for it. Okay. And the object associated with pile 1's deck is the Uri. Okay. Hair ornament. And we'll go into that a little bit, what the meaning is of that, if you pick that pile, okay? Pile 2, we have Ivory Wish Fulfilling Crow. Okay. And the object associated with this deck is this wand. It was made by somebody who lived on Pomo land, and everything was obtained in a sustainable manner. And there's a lot of intention in it. The obsidian point. And we have red jasper on the other side. With the energies of hematite and obsidian, okay, because it's like a tiger iron, buckskin, right? And the deck that I'll be using for pile 2 is the Paulina Tarot, all right? So go ahead and pick your pile 1 or pile 2. I'm going to dive in to pile 1 and we'll see what's crossing you. I'll have timestamps in the comments after this airs. They will be pinned there so you can go straight to your reading. Okay, we're going to just set this Sovereign Queen Maeve card aside right now. So the Uri. The Uri is a symbol of sovereignty. The Uri was worn by the queens, the pharaohs, okay, as a symbol of the connection to spirit and sovereignty. It's like being crowned by spirit. So right away, with this particular pile, I'm getting this download that there's actually a strong connection with some energy that's related to past life energy signature, and that Egypt is front and center. And, you know, for those of you who don't, you know, prescribe to past lives, all I have to say is that energy is eternal. It's all one energy. When we look at quantum physics, all points in history, past, present, future, everything is happening simultaneously on multiple planes and dimensions of reality. It's not a universe, it's a multiverse. So everything that's happened on this planet is recorded. It's recorded in our very DNA, because we're all interconnected with one another, and it's all one consciousness. So there's this energy signature here. It's another way to look at it. but I'm going to go with the download. Okay. So I'm feeling like this is past life. This is something past life. It's something that's played out actually in your lineage. This blocking energy, this thwarting energy. It feels like a sabotaging energy. It feels like it's something related to, I'm feeling a lot of tightness in the throat. So, like the throat being blocked, like I feel like you had a connection to this time period. And in this time period, you were very vocal. And there was a reason why you feel this closure now, this kind of block. I feel like your voice has been really blocked in this life. There's something about you coming through this. You've been opening up this block that was placed over the throat. And it has something to do with in your past life, you were too vocal, okay? Too vocal. You said too much, and so you were silenced. You were silenced. And in this silencing, a part of your purpose was almost robbed from you, and you're reclaiming that in this life. You are bringing your voice forward. So as you go to bring your voice forward, and this can be creatively, it can be in speaking up against some kind of injustice, it can be in breaking a chain of abuse that's played out generationally in your family, and you're the first one to break the chain. It can even be, I just got like poverty that you've seen play out through your family bloodline, and this abundance always being blocked despite the efforts, despite how hard you work. And there's some kind of connection with that time frame. Egypt, I believe there's some kind of past life connection, and it has to do with you were too vocal. You were too vocal. And we have to remember that when it comes, I got so much coming up, blocking the throat right now. When we look at the throat chakra, it's not just about vocalization. It's not just about communication. This is also like the activation point for your purpose, why you are born, why you are here, what you are here to do. So this piece coming in really strongly, that it was like your purpose was blocked. Your purpose was blocked. I am picking up, that there may have been some execution. I'm getting this coming in really strongly. I'm picking up like off with her head kind of energy, okay? That you may have paid the price of your life in this past life we're speaking of. But there's some kind of reclaiming that's happening in your life now. And yet, as you step into this, there's like that imprint on your DNA. There's the internal cellular memory of this. It's all encoded, like the Akashic records. It's all encoded in us. Life after life after life. So as you step into this now, as you step into your purpose now, there's going to be resistance coming up. And some of this is self-generated. It's because of the memory, and it's the link in the chain that needs to be broken. And that's what you're here to do. You're here to break this link. And it brings healing to the past and into the future. You have something important that you need to do. That there is energy that's going to try to block you. So let's just look at the bottom of the deck energy here. 8 of Wands, okay? Communication coming in right off the bat, all right? So we see that there is communication that is needing to come forward. Maybe you've been dealing with a blockage in communication. Maybe you feel like your voice has been silenced in some way. You haven't been able to feel confident in your expression, whether that's creatively, or perhaps you felt like no matter how hard you try to bring your visions into being, that there's always something that comes in and sabotages you from actually manifesting what you feel is your purpose. Yeah, we see you breaking through this though, okay, with the sun. That promises that you can get to the other side of this. But let's see, I want to get some cards on the board and see uh, what's crossing pile one. What's crossing pile one? Give me clarity. Help me see what is crossing pile one. What's crossing pile one? Okay. Okay. So we see that this has something to do with some kind of stability, all right, financially. So like you might be feeling like that piece that I brought in about you might have this history in your family where there is this continual like poverty consciousness. Maybe there seems to be a lot of people in your family bloodline that have struggled to establish themselves financially, that there's always kind of this lack of security theme running through your family bloodline. And we see this right here. This can also be, a happy home, building with another. So stability in general, stability being challenged. I feel like you feel like your stability has been blocked. We see that this comes in with the judgment. So talk about a pretty firm statement about where the crossing is. Okay, let's find out why this crossing is there. I'm seeing a lot of threes. A lot of threes coming in here. Okay. Potentially, this could have something to do with somebody that you work with. This is what I'm getting. Let's see here. I feel like this could be related to somebody that you work with. You might already, or they've been connected to your work in some way. And we do see that there's like some kind of third party element involved here. We got the Three of Wands with the Three of Pentacles. Okay. I'm kind of getting the feeling that this person potentially has done some kind of working. I think it's more kind of a projecting of a desire they have. They have their eyes set on something that is kind of earmarked for you, is what I'm feeling here. It could be a Queen of Cups energy. That's water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. When I call out the signs, it's any strong placement in the chart. We see that maybe you've been coming up a bit. Maybe you've been getting your flowers, you're starting to get some attention. There's a buzz about you. There's some kind of success you're stepping into. This may have to do with a home, maybe a happy home. Looks like maybe somebody you're building with here. Okay. This is a couple. Okay. So maybe this person is envious. I feel like you've done some work with this person before. I feel like you've done some work with this person before. For those of you who work in, the field as readers, I think maybe this could even potentially be like a friend that you've done a reading for before. You don't have to be like a professional reader. It could even just be you like to, hang out with your friends, do readings with your friends. This could be somebody you've given a reading before. Maybe they've approached you on that level, asked you for a reading, them personally. I feel like there's some kind of energy here that it feels covetous. It feels like they're seeing what you got. Maybe they see you stepping into a position of working in this field. Maybe you're working in a metaphysical field. You're doing some kind of tarot reading, or you could be doing some kind of um, spirituality based workshops, anything like this. And there's almost like I just got, some of you may have, somebody that's in your coven, if you're, on that path of the craft, that is actually envious of your position within the coven. And they want that spot. There's something about you're leveling up in some way, and you're getting kind of your time of celebration, your time to shine. People are recognizing who you are. We do see that, there's this like 10 of Pentacles energy that's earmarked for you. And we see this very strongly here, okay? With the Judgment coming in right behind that. It's like, you don't need to worry. Like these zombies, raise them from the grave, who want a piece of your action. It's like, we're blowing the whistle on these motherfuckers. Like they're not going to be able to take what's part of yours. This could be somebody connected to your past in some way too, okay? Because the Judgment card can be like somebody coming back around from the past. So maybe, ooh, isn't this interesting? A spider. Yay, baby. I'm gonna just let it down. I don't mind the spiders. I like spider medicine. I've actually been bit twice by black widows, ironically, in the exact same place. So I got a little bit of the spider initiation. I like working with spider medicine, weaving the webs, man. Web of creation, Spider Woman coming in really strong all of a sudden. That's very interesting. That might be a specific message for somebody, but yeah, I feel like this person that comes in pretty strongly with that spider totem showing up. I feel like this person wove a web of deceit and confusion is what I got. And those of you who are in a relationship where you're living with your person, you've been building together, you've been moving toward this kind of stability, because the Four of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles, I mean, this can often be a case where, you're heading toward marriage or high level commitment, but we see these like threes here. And this is like working together, working together for the future coming in. And there's this three energy here, which implies a third party. And we do see on the bottom of the deck energy right after this, okay, is the Six of Pentacles. So one person giving to two, and these two look like they're in a very subservient position. I feel like there's some kind of manipulation going on here. I feel like there's somebody in the mainframe is like stepping out on their relationship and has been dishonest, and they're giving to two people, and they are feeling like they have the balance of power, they're in control, because they have these people on their knees, right? So this is some kind of manipulation going on here. And I believe that the third party in this situation, the person who's not the one who's actually living with this person, in the commitment, it's like a side piece. Okay. I feel like this person is envious, wants that, and, has been put in this kind of groveling position. I believe there's been, both parties who are getting played in this situation are not feeling it, there's a sense of kind of like humiliation. And we see here, with this Queen of Cups energy, I'm just noticing the way this Queen of Cups is looking at this cup, like there isn't like really a loving expression on the face. I wish I could highlight it a little better, but there's almost like this consternation on her face, like this is not what I want, and what am I going to do about this? And I can't help but notice on this like cup here, there's these they almost looks like horns, okay, but they remind me of kartikas, and kartikas are used to cut cords. So I'm almost wondering if she bound this person in the partner in confusion. I actually am getting the impression that this queen was angry at the partner and actually bound them in confusion. And because of this, because she was angry about being put in this humiliating position, maybe she was promised a lot of things that didn't go the way she expected them to. And she's angry. She's out for revenge. And because of this, she put a binding of confusion. She wove a web of confusion. And this caused dissension in the home. It caused problems in the home. Yeah, she wanted to prevent a moving forward. King of Swords energy. She wanted to block moving forward. This is air sign energy with the King of Swords, okay? So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? Wanted to block movement forward for this air sign energy. That's what I'm getting. But we see that right after this, there's a new cycle that's promised for you, okay? But it requires alchemizing this energy. And I think I'm very much on target with this because after that, we see, yeah, and I got a yes from Spirit with the Hierophant after this. This is what they cause. They cause confusion, sleepless nights. Look at the worry, look at the stress, look at the confusion, and rest. This is what this person projected onto you. Now, I mean, there are definite signs that that could have been a magical working, a confusion spell. I'm suggesting in that case, I mean, it feels on that level to me. I suggest doing a cleansing bath, and a very special cleansing bath, actually, where you work with Psalms 37, which is fret not thyself over evildoers, neither be thou envious of the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. What you do is you draw yourself a bath, okay? And you want to put some good salt water in there, so you want to have like 2 cups of sea salt. You could do Epsom salt in place of that. Go ahead and do 2 cups of baking soda too. And then you can get bay leaf, all right? And you want to make a tea of the bay leaf, and you want to let that tea steep for 13 minutes, okay? And then you pour the tea into the tub, and you go and you soak in the tub, and you make sure you dunk your head under the water 13 times. And each time you recite that Psalms to yourself, Psalms 37. It's really potent if you do it. If you've been going through like a really long, bad run of luck, and you haven't been able to break out of it, and there's been a lot of dissension in your home and it's caused a lot of falling out, it would be very beneficial to do that every single day for 13 days in a row. And you could start it whenever, and it can make a huge, huge difference. And it'll open your road. It'll open your road. I do want to say about that particular cleansing bath though, is that it'll really reveal, like, it will reveal who has been working against you, and those realizations can be a little bit harsh. And what I mean by that is you'll start seeing other people's shit starting to fuck up around you, and then it's because they got their energy back, is basically all it is. So you can't feel like bad about that, because all you're doing is you're purifying yourself of the energy, and it's going to go back from where it came. You're breaking your contract with it. All right. It's feisty, but it's very effective. Okay. It's very effective. I'm going to get a cut of the deck energy on this because I feel like this is pretty solid about what's crossing you. Yeah, could have been a Knight of Wands involved. Okay, this is a player kind of energy. I believe this might have been the player in the situation. This might have been the target of this person's working, the water signs working. That would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, and Knight of Wands is kind of like a player, kind of player energy. Possibly could be an Aries with the Emperor coming up here. This is a strong Aries card. All right, we're going to just go with that. And do remember with the astrological signs, it's any strong placement, okay? So don't get too hung up on it. You'll know if this is your story. This is the one that wants to come in. So you have Sovereign, Queen, Knave, and this card is all about coming back into your sovereignty, and it's very interesting, right? Because you also have the Uri, which is about sovereignty. So I feel like you were really disrespected in this situation, and it's sort of like it's time for you to like put your crown back on, all right, and come into your center and come into your power and really love and value yourself in this situation. Look at the jewel over the throat, right? We talked about the throat. I feel like there is a jewel in your throat. There is something that you need to let shine out from this center. You have an important purpose, and it somehow involves your words. I don't know if you're a writer. I don't know if you're a singer. I don't know if you rap. I don't know if you're a public speaker or an educator. There's something you're doing that involves you bringing your voice, your expression, your creative expression into the world, and it's powerful. And this is all coming in for you now. You're going to have your guides coming in, okay? They're going to help remind you of who you are. They are going to awaken the vision inside of you. You will remember this vision. And when you do it, you're going to connect with your passion and your purpose around it, and you're going to bring it forward. But you need to clear this energy out, because this energy is kind of like it's lower level, and it can't hold space with where you're going. Will trip you up. This is about you knowing your worth and your value, and not letting this act as a sabotaging energy. I just thought that the partner who was like stepping out actually may have felt threatened by you stepping into your power. Maybe they've seen you leveling up. Maybe they feel insecure. Maybe they brought in this third party, and this third party was really there to just kind of like make you feel insecure, weaken you, take you back to that place in yourself where you were questioning yourself. And it's really time for you to like not let this trip you up, not let this deter you, not let this have power over you. Only you can determine if you want to heal that connection. That's a matter of free will. Um, but you know, I would really think, I would really think twice. I would really think twice. But I do believe that there's been some kind of manipulation by this third party energy, by the side piece. I think that they potentially could have done something magically. There's definitely signs of that. So if you know that this third party moves like that, I would say highly likely, okay? And if not, this person seriously has a lot of envy towards you, and it feels almost like aggressive and malicious. They're so envious, and just having that kind of anger and that kind of envy, it can act as a pox, you know. It can put like this energetic pox on you, and it can affect you. It can have an effect, especially if you're blasted open and you're not, and because you're feeling emotional because of what you've been dealing with your person, and you're not doing your purification. All right. So this is like so important. But I want you to just settle in here, because I'm going to read for you the meditative healing process that Alana Fairchild has included with this card. And this can help open you to the energy for you to begin to do this cleansing and free yourself of this influence that's holding you back, that's thwarting you, that's crossing you. I'll go ahead and read her opening paragraph description of this card as well, so you can really tap into the energy, this beautiful card that you chose. Okay. And then we'll just go right into the healing meditation. Value what is sacred to you by protecting it from interference, even that which may be well intentioned. Be compassionate, but set firm boundaries. You are going to triumph over a negative situation. It will take courage, but you have more than enough inner strength, resourcefulness, and boldness to accomplish what you wish to attain. Do not give up. You have the ability to connect with higher worlds. So open your heart and mind to the light. Okay. So some of this crossing could also be because you've been too fixated on looking back at what happened here, and you're keeping that energy fed with your attention, you know, in order to really cut cords and release these ties that bind, keep people from feeding off of our energy. We can't continue to feed it with our focus, because then we're causing that influence to grow and gain more power, right? So I think it's very important for you to start to shift your focus to other things. And I suggest you focus on what you're building, what has you lit up, your passion, your purpose. Don't get distracted from your work or your vision or your energy into that. Okay, here's your healing meditation. If you resonate with the term inner queen, then use that as guided below. If you prefer the term inner king or some other term to express the spiritual sovereign or divine inner ruler, feel free to use that instead. Submitting as necessary, substituting, not submitting. Isn't that interesting? Submitting as necessary. Okay. No, we're not submitting. Look at this blocking energy. We are not submitting. We will not submit. We are going to rise up into our birthright. Substituting as necessary in the text below. Okay. Place a hand over your heart, and when you are ready, state the following declaration of divine independence and spiritual sovereignty. I choose my own free will to respect and serve the spiritually sovereign inner queen or king who resides within my heart. Through merciful compassion and empowering wisdom, I ask for divine assistance that is of ultimate spiritual benefit to all beings to assist me in releasing false allegiances, breaking the bonds of impoverished servitude, and connecting to the strength, dignity, grace, and boldness of the sacred fire and spirit within me. May I love with courage. May I live with confidence. May I have the wisdom to abide in authenticity and determination. May all beings benefit spiritually through my life in this world and beyond. So be it. Sense the inner dignity of your true nature. Let everything else fall away. You have completed your healing process. And I think it would be really beautiful. I'll have it all time stamped when this begins, this portion. I think it would be really beautiful too, in working with, the cleansing bath, to bring in that prayer or a prayer similar in your own words that comes from your heart, and work with a 7-day candle, a white candle, 7-day candle. You can bring in a little rose oil, little rose oil with that, and have that burning as kind of a vigil, and working with that, I think would be really beautiful practice. Okay, that's what I got for you, pile 1. Now we're going to go on to pile 2. And the ivory wish fulfilling crow with this wand. And I really feel like with this wand, it's like dual purpose here for you. What's coming in is there's some kind of action you need to take. There's some kind of action you need to take, and a need to really step into your power in some way. But I feel like maybe you're lacking some confidence, or maybe you're feeling a little insecure or weakened. This might involve having to like cut something off, okay? And it could be that you got really wounded by somebody, and yet you still feel very like attached to them. You don't want to cut this off, even though you know you should, even though you know you should. But you have like this very gentle heart and this sweet spirit, and you're able to see the beauty and potential in people. And so it's very hard for you to do this releasing of ties with this person. But at the same time, you know it's what needs to happen. And there also is like some need to have a really important communication with this person. And I think you're very scared to have this communication. And maybe you're afraid that the communication is going to cause some kind of aggression to come forward. And so you're holding this communication back, and it has something to do with an action that you plan on taking. And I believe it has something to do with cutting off someone, cutting off a connection. I think it's been a long time coming. I think it's been a long time coming. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling for some of you, this is related to a family member. Bottom of the deck energy, 7 of Swords, okay? 7 of Swords is all about somebody did something dirty, like they really did you dirty, all right? So let's look what's going on here, okay? What's coming in for pile 2? What's crossing pile 2? What's crossing pile 2? Spirit. What's crossing pile 2? Okay, we got one card. You're crossing you. You're crossing you. You're crossing yourself because you've taken in what this family member has said about you, something you internalized your whole life that kept you in the shadows, that kept you from stepping into the truth of who you are. You are brilliant. You are brilliant. You are so smart. You are so smart, and you're so talented, and you have so much to share. I'm getting big, like mother was so envious of you vibes. You had all the qualities that she always felt she lacked. And you had all the opportunities that she felt like she never had. And she really put you down. She didn't believe in you. You know, for those of you that I'm picking up big mother vibes. I'm picking up big mother vibes so strongly. So strongly. It's like there's so much potential. Like your life has so much potential, and it's just been like held back inside of you because somebody really did a number on your self-esteem and made you feel like you couldn't do it, you know? And it's because you took these words in. You took these words in, you know, with that 7 of Swords, you sabotaged yourself by making an agreement with this energy. But we see you're here to live the life of the dreamer. You're here to bring your dreams into being, and you got a dream right now. Okay, you got a dream right now with this title card. Okay, this is my If Wishes Were Horses, the Dreamers Would Ride card. You have an important purpose. You have a dream, and you can achieve it no matter what anybody's telling you. If this isn't a mother, this is some very strong feminine figure in your life that, you know, their opinion weighs heavily on you. And you're really kind of being cast in their shadow. And they do it under the illusion of a false light. Like, oh, I'm just trying to help you. I don't want you to embarrass yourself. I'm really picking up this kind of energy. You're meant to transform this energy here. Look at this, Ace of Wands. This is you taking the power, taking action, and look at this. Holy cow. You're here to do something important. This is you coming to this place of healing and unification in yourself. Okay? We got the Emperor and the Empress, right? This is about you really stepping into your power, big boss energy. You have something really amazing and beautiful that you are meant to grow. You're meant to be abundant in this. This is like the activation of your purpose. And I'll tell you, you're across condition where you're holding yourself back. Nobody's put anything on you. The only thing that was put on you is somebody told you lies about who you are. And this is about you waking up and really remembering the truth of who you are. Because you have an opportunity that's being presented to you and you're not taking it. And it's everything you've been waiting for. It's what brings you your happiness with the sun here, but you're sitting here holding it at bay. You're blocking the communication. You're blocking the opportunity that wants to come in for you. And it's all because of your self-doubt. You're in a process right now with this ivory wish-fulfilling crow of having to balance out your shadow. You've been in the shadow too long. You've been looking at this too long. You've been too steeped in the trauma for too long. You need to remember how the light got through. And the light comes through you sharing the gifts that you gained through that. You're meant to bring this part of yourself forward, this part of yourself that you've been able to heal and alchemize. But you can't do that if you keep looking back at the past. So it's time to start focusing on how have I been strengthened by these experiences, even though they've been difficult? How can I step into the truth of who I am? It begins by coming back here, coming back to the present moment, and remembering who you are. So if nobody ever believed in you, or they discouraged you from going after your dreams, and you're feeling insecure, like you're not up to the challenge, I just want to tell you, just take the first step. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. Your dream is going to come true as soon as you're ready to receive it and step into it. That's what it's all about for you. It's about you stepping into your power and taking back the power that you gave away to these people who projected lies on you. Straight up. Let's read. Let's read this for you. And just taking these words here from Alana Fairchild. I think that you got to go for it, man. Don't let yourself be held back by people who want to keep you small. It's time for you really to step into your light. It's time for you to shine. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself be heard. Step into your gifts. Bring your gifts forward. That's the purpose of your life, to bring your gifts forward. Don't let anybody block your purpose with their lies. Right? You can have what you truly want. Such knowledge helps soften and release fear, grasping, control, and doubt. Have confidence that the universe hears your prayers and is even now leading you into that which you seek. You can take sanctuary within your spiritual connection whenever you need stabilization and protection against the fluctuations of the external world. No matter what is happening around you, there is a way through to the fulfillment of your potential. See? It's all there. Everything you want's on the other side of fear. You're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself. Work with carnelian. You need to build up your confidence a little bit. Work up with carnelian and tiger's eye. It'll help you. You could even work with tiger iron. Maybe that's why that came in for you with that wand. It can make a big difference. Okay. Bring some of this in. Do some visualization of a sun, growing right at your center, right at that place where your rib cage meets at the front for Manipura chakra, and just imagine a sun expanding out through there and surrounding your whole body. You need to step in your light. That's what it's all about for you right now. And that'll cast out that dark that was put on you by those lies, Don't take that in. You don't need to agree to that energy anymore. And it's not hard. It's easy. It's effortless. It's just letting go of the lies and the bullshit and stepping into the truth of just how amazing you are. and the gifts you have to offer. Here's your healing meditation. Rest and relax for a few moments, becoming present. Notice your breath flowing in and out. Allow your awareness to move within and let go of attachments to the outer world for a time. Imagine, see, feel, or pretend that as you relax and become softly focused on your breathing, you enter into a luminous, in-between world of healing, grace, and beauty. You see, sense, or feel the loving presence of a divine tree of light. It is bustling with life. It is strong, ancient, protective, and beautiful. It houses various divine creatures of light, including a wise old ivory crow sitting peacefully at the top of the divine tree. Your feathered friend may watch you or caw at you. This realm is timeless, luminous, and eternal. You understand that no matter what happens, it will always be there, just as beautiful and sacred as it is now. This knowledge makes you happy. Then imagine, see, feel, or intend that your soul is receiving an infusion of light from that eternal realm. You may feel a nourishing or euphoric oneness with this beautiful realm. Let yourself soak in that experience for as long as feels good. When you are ready, ground yourself by becoming aware of sensations on your skin and the flow of your breath in and out. Know that your soul is always able to connect with that eternal light within. Hydrate yourself and allow your body some movement too. You have completed your healing process. And I think it would be wonderful if you just started bringing more kind of like symbols of light into your home. Start to put your awareness on light as a way to just sort of fix your energy on where you're heading. And you can then stop looking at, where you used to be, because you're not there anymore. You're ready to step up into the potential of all you're here to be. And they told you lies. They told you lies, baby. You're so brilliant. Just be the brilliant diamond that you are and bring forward what it is you're here to bring forward, because you are somebody special. And I'm so glad